Competitive gaming is on a rise more than it's ever been. If we take a look through the old clout goggles of time, we'd see that competitive gaming has always been rooted in competitive spirit. From trying to beat Ability's high-scoring Galaxian, to beating your brother in a game of Pong one too many times only to be granted a wedgie so powerful, he's practically throwing you at the goddamn ceiling. Competition is just what games have been built on. There's a fucking fly in here. PvE, player versus environment. PvP, player versus player. PvC, player versus plumbing. And today, things are the same. Well, kind of. Okay, they're different, and I'll explain. With the rising boom of something called the World Wide Web, or WWW for the scholars out there, competitive gaming has evolved a lot. If you walked up to somebody in the year 1980 and said, "Hey Garth, yeah, Pac-Man is cool, but in the future you're gonna be able to play this game in first person with your brother Bill in Arkansas while talking to him on a wireless headset," you know what he'd tell you? He'd say, "No, Scooch, you're wrong. Led Zeppelin is the greatest band of all time, and also wheel this man off to Nuttyland and zap his brain out." Because they used to do some fucked up things to crazy people. Now that you can click queue up on Fortnite and play against anyone in the whole damn world, the skill ceiling is way higher than it's ever been. I mean, yeah, I played a mean Amaterasu on Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but then I played against a guy online who kept me in the air so long I started writing love letters to the ground. Chop the whole story short, losing sucks. And now that the skill ceiling is higher than ever, there's a whole lot more of it. Nobody likes to be defeated, okay? Have you ever seen someone get their ass kicked and go, "You know what? I needed that." And though there are a plethora of ways to blow up your steam, it is the vocalization of your disdain that makes online gaming big shitfest. Stonewall Jackson, 2003. What I'm saying is expressing your anger at a game leads to toxicity. And not that cool toxic either. The one that gave Daredevil his superhuman powers or Spider-Man his really, really nice pecs. I'm talking that put on a hazmat suit and maybe a set of earmuffs because you're gonna be getting called a lot. Toxicity isn't a good thing in gaming and has never been. Being toxic is in no way, shape, or form productive. In fact, it's the opposite. It's sterile, I guess. The three main reasons that people get toxic in video games are punishment, investment, and bad synergy. Punishment. Obviously losing sucks, but why? In just about all competitive gaming, there has to be a punishment for being a loser. Every time you make a misstep or do something bad, you have to remember it. Like the time you burned your hand by touching a hot fire as a child. Or when your teacher heard your phone go off, so they read your text messages out loud to the whole class and everyone found out you were incontinent. In the old days, punishment was something as simple as your older brother making fun of you after his Blanca 3-0'd your Ken in Street Fighter 2. But as games evolved, there's still a fly in here. But as games evolved, punishments got a lot worse. And there's a fucking lot of them. In Counter-Strike, you're down for the rest of the round and in turn have to sit there and think about what you've done. God, I'm so fucking stupid. In Overwatch, dying means that your team is down in the central piece of the puzzle that is needed to push and or defend an objective, and though the death timers are relatively short, the walk of shame back to the point while your team of 5 monkeys screams at you on voice chat, oof, this ain't the one, chief. And in League of Legends, personally the most toxic game I've ever seen, the punishment for dying is big bad. You get yelled at by your whole team, lose your ability to farm because they're stronger than you, oftentimes get killed again because they're starting to snowball, and this cycle repeats for like 30 minutes. And sometimes lose streaks can last for several hours. I'm just saying, I'm not knocking on your fetish or anything, but the wave of masochism kind of came and went in 2015 when 50 Shades of Grey came out. Nowadays we're into anthropomorphism and bimbofication. Those are both very topical jokes. So if the punishment sucks so bad, why do we keep playing? Which leads us to the next category, investment. I can't stop this chair from turning. Oftentimes, these competitive games take investment, a lot of it. Alongside not being able to enjoy any of these games without having some sort of significant understanding, every single game I named now has a ranking system. There's nothing more annoying than trying to rank up in a game for a whole day, only to be in a lower rank that you started in by the end of it. When you're trying to rank up and keep losing due to a misstep on your team, it's a terrible feeling. Because nobody likes to be punished for something they didn't do. Just ask Stephen Avery. Except that's kind of a loaded joke. Because he did kill someone. Bad synergy, which is hands down the main reason toxicity exists in competitive gaming. And let me preface this by saying that yes, sometimes there's a goddamn gorilla on your team that don't know how to use mouse button and then you lose because of them and that's just bad luck. But 90% of the time that's not the case. Okay, 80. 70. The only reason you feel like every single team you play with online is terrible is because of bad synergy. For the most part, if you're stuck in a rank, yeah, it could be due to bad luck. But oftentimes, it's because you have an inability to understand and adapt to every single playstyle and situation. And not seeing that and believing that you deserve challenge or grandmasters or whatever they call it in your game can just lead to you believing that every single person you play with is a big doo-doo head. I guess to wrap everything up in a pristine little package, I just want to say that toxicity is warranted, but never worth it. From a guy who's lost about 400 games in League of Legends just by being an arrogant shitbag, believe me when I say it's not cool. I myself use League of Legends because I'm familiar with it, but if you are, say, a Lego Racers connoisseur, we don't discriminate around here, welcome to the family. Just realize you're invested, understand sometimes it's bad luck, and even if someone's being a butthole, just mute them and don't let them ruin your day. We're supposed to play games for fun. And no rank, no reward, no skin is worth being a jerk butt for no reason. Unless someone has a gun to your head and is saying they'll kill your family if you don't win, then you probably just got yourself into a bad situation.